broken my heart so many times I stopped keeping track. Talk myself in.
Strategy then to go and cut some of this stuff out of there and drop that fruit as much as it's painful to watch it hit the ground. do you cry a lot when you do that? You go, wait a minute,
It's hard to do.
Yeah,
that's part of a bottle.
it's painful, but it's absolutely necessary because, I mean, look at the difference. We don't want this junk going in our wine.
No. That would make some awful, yucky wine.
Yeah, and so we went through and dropped that stuff early. Fortunately, we didn't have too much trouble with it. I've talked to some other growers that lost 30%.
Wow, so you're seeing those kind of numbers, huh?
Varietals.
Wow. So. Well, so really it's going to do two things, though. Aren't you then, because the crops did get maybe more thinning out than normal because of the damage, then does that raise the quality possibly of the fruit? I mean, what's left in that
it does
scenario?
And also the good news about this really mild, long season, and, you know, we mentioned we're maybe 3 weeks behind a normal season. That means the grapes that are still on the vine have had that much more time to develop some real, you know, hopefully we're going to find that this vintage is going to be an exceptional one because that slow season and the development of all these flavors and nuances that you wouldn't find in a hot season.
So, you know, the end around, it's hot out now. Those of you that are tuning in from other parts of the country, I do make fun of the people in the East Coast when our weather is so good. We're getting smacked with it now. It is hot. I came over today, I ran some errands and came back, and it was 102 when I was riding through, and I thought, man, that's smoking. That is pretty darn hot for this time of year.
I'll point out, though, that where these grapes are grown, it's our home ranch out in the Sonoma Coast Appalachian, and it's not too far from here. Scott knows. But it's much cooler. It's always cooler there because we're closer to the ocean and we've got more marine influence. So hot there too, but no way it hit 102.
Yeah, and for those of you that got to look at some of the pictures from our lobster lunch that we did at their property this year, it was magnificent. I mean, it sits up on the hill. It's got this amazing view. So the grapes got a nice little place to live, no doubt about it, right? So tell us a little bit about the rosé. This is your first or your second rosé, and so explain the process in making rosé different than any other wine that you produce. What's the real secret on that?
Go ahead. I'll fill in the gap.
Okay. Well, our rosé is 100% Pinot Noir grape, and the same grapes we use in our Pinot Noir, which we'll taste a little later, and you'll see is, you know, much different wine. But the rosé, what we do is we pull the juice off the skin immediately after crushing. But then, well, literally, this vintage, it was within 2 hours.
Oh, really? That fast?
Yeah.
Wow.
And so the idea is to get the, you know, fresh fruit, crisp acidity, just kind of the freshness of the season. We like to get that into the bottle right away. So with the rosé, pull it right off the skins, never sees oak, gets fermented in stainless steel, and then we chill it, stabilize it early in the year, January, February, and hopefully by March we're ready to bottle it up.
So you're bottling it pretty quick.
Yep.
And you probably can release it fairly soon, right?
Well,
I mean,
and it worked out perfectly that right about springtime, it's time to release the rosé.
Except for it wasn't hot out.
Yeah.
It was cold. Who wanted